off the floor, the William Blount fans and their team still out on the floor. There's police officers all around our area here, keeping everybody safe. But man, you don't see that happen. It's not in basketball for sure.
I've never seen that happen. I mean, just because of a ruckus on the floor that they just cancel the game at that point.
So there's William Blount is yet to leave the floor. The result of it is that Farragut has won, I believe. I mean, I would assume that is the case, that Farragut has won 63-50, and they're trying to clear people out of the stands right now, the Farragut fans. Oak Ridge is getting ready to come on the floor. Why don't we take a break here? So if you just joined us on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, or on our live YouTube stream, what happened was it was a physical ball game most of the way, and then all of a sudden a melee broke out on the floor between players of William Blount High School and Farragut, and they had to get police involved and such. They're still trying to clear people out here. The game is over. Farragut has won, but to keep from having any more problems, they have ended the ball game prematurely. And so, why don't we take a break here? We are getting ready for Oak Ridge and Bearden. Oak Ridge and Bearden coming up. We'll take a break. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll settle things down. We'll talk about Oak Ridge basketball coming up following this 3-minute timeout. Yeah. Yeah. Neither have I. It's crazy. No. Turn it on our guys coming out. Welcome back once again to Farragut High School. They're still trying to clear things out. The Oak Ridge Wildcats have yet to come out on the floor. Neither have the Bearden Bulldogs. Police officers still on the floor if you're watching on the YouTube stream and just tuned in to us. What happened with 1 minute 38 seconds to go in the ball game, a little bit of a melee occurred between the William Blount players and the Farragut players. And, I guess, they're in the same district, obviously, and they play each other twice a year and sometimes more than that. And sometimes tempers get hot, and this is an elimination ball game. William Blount was down. Farragut won it 63-50, but it got pretty dicey there for a few short moments. And they're trying to get it all settled out here. Eventually I'm going to bring in Zach Dorman to talk a little bit more about this. But before I bring Zach in, they're still having trouble getting people out of the gym right now.
Yeah, Oak Ridge is ready to come out on the floor and start their warm-up, but, police officers are still, waiting for the William Blount fans to exit the building.
And so, I hesitate because they haven't put more time up on the clock there. It'll be about 15 minutes from the time that the Wildcats come out on the floor, and the Bearden Bulldogs as well. I haven't even seen them. They're down to my right there, and Oak Ridge is across the way there. Still a lot of fans on the floor, and I don't know, honestly, that I've ever seen that before. I have done a bazillion basketball games, Mark, at the high school level, and I have never seen that.
Yeah, that's completely bizarre to me. I've never seen a game called basically due to a skirmish or a fight or whatever you want to call it. But I guess the referees felt like they lost control of the gymnasium, and so they just stopped the game.
I don't know what Coach Gaddis thinks he can do down there, but he's our athletic director. He's talking to the Farragut athletic director. There must be not a whole lot of love lost between these two programs, William Blount and Farragut.
Now, the game seemed quite chippy, all along, David. So, two number fives, they got tangled up early on in the game, and some pushing and shoving, and, a fist was drawn. I don't know if a fist was thrown, but definitely a fist was drawn earlier. So I think what Coach Gaddis is doing out there, he's trying to figure out, he said, when can my team come out? What's the delay in my team warming up?
Yeah, and that's why I'm kind of hesitant to hand the mic over here to Zach, but it looks like here in a minute they're going to get the fans out here. All I can say, I have never seen that happen before at a game. Zach, why don't you go ahead and talk about a little bit more about this game?
Yes. Oak Ridge 24-5, number 1 District 3 versus Bearden 26-6, number 2 District 4. For the 6th year in a row, Oak Ridge and Bearden are facing one another in a Region 2 tournament game, and this one is an elimination game. The winner moves on to play Farragut in the Region Championship game on Thursday night, while the loser closes out their season. 3 times since 2017, Oak Ridge and Bearden have met in the championship game, with Oak Ridge winning in 2017, but Bearden has won the past 2 championship games in 2019 and last season, 55-52. Tonight is the 3rd elimination game between the two powerhouses during this time. Oak Ridge eliminated Bearden in 2020, while Bearden eliminated Oak Ridge in 2018. These two teams over the past 50 years have been the most consistent winners in Region 2. Oak Ridge since 1973 has won 14 region championships, while Bearden has won 12. The Wildcats as a program have won 20 region titles, with the first coming in 1958. Since 2016, Oak Ridge has won 2 region titles and Bearden 2. Maryville won in 2020, but you have to win tonight to get a chance to play for another title. Oak Ridge comes in at 24-5 on the season and a winner of last week's District 3 tournament. Bearden was runner-up to Farragut in the District 4 tournament and are 26-6 on the season. Oak Ridge was the only District 3 team to win their opening round game of the region, a 72-55 win over Hardin Valley. Bearden had little trouble in their opener as they knocked off Carnes 84-67. Campbell County at West also lost games on Saturday night. Bearden this season started the season strong, winning their first 6 games before losing to Catholic and Farragut. Their other losses have been to Beach, Berkmar, Georgia, plus Catholic and Farragut again. Before losing to Farragut in the region title game, Bearden barely defeated Hardin Valley 67-65 in the district semifinals. Their most impressive wins have come against Farragut 54-50 and Greenville 74-61. They're led by last season's region tournament MVP Elijah Breadwood, but they have a complete and balanced team. Looking at common opponents, the two teams have played 6 common opponents: Alcoa, Lakeway Christian, Concord Christian, Volunteer, Hardin Valley, and Carnes. Bearden went 9-0 against these teams, while Oak Ridge went 8-0 against the same teams. This game is being played on a neutral court here at Farragut, and Bearden is 7-4 on neutral floors, while Oak Ridge is 5-2. No real advantage there. This game is going to come down on who can make the most plays and not turn the ball over. Oak Ridge also needs to continue to shoot the ball well like they have throughout the postseason. The winner of tonight's game move on to play not only for the region championship, but qualify for a Monday sectional. Oak Ridge has played in 23 sectionals, formerly called sub-states, and 2 sectional tournaments in 1999 and 2000. Oak Ridge has advanced to the state tournament 15 times under this format and twice during the sectional tournament format. Oak Ridge has qualified for the state tournament a total of 24 times since 1958, winning 2 state titles and finishing runner-up once. The advantage of winning the region championship is home court advantage in the sectional. Oak Ridge is 10-1 at home in these games and 5-7 on the road. Coach Green's teams have had unusual success on the road, though, going 4-1 on the road. Oak Ridge has qualified for the state tournament the past 2 seasons, finishing the Final Four last season. Bearden has been to the state tournament 11 times since 1994 and won the 2019 state championship. Last night, the Lady Wildcats season came to close when they dropped a hard-fought 40-31 game to Farragut. The Lady Wildcats closed out their season at 20-10 and will lose 3 seniors who contributed greatly to the success of the Lady Wildcats over the past 4 years: Samaj Clark, Lauren Hart, and Gracie Heron. The Lady Wildcats will return a great core group next season, so the future is bright for the program. Farragut will take on Bearden in the Wednesday championship game and will play in a Saturday sectional as well. We are broadcasting tonight on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, and Channel 15. We're also on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Tonight, the Oak Ridge Wildcats will try to move on against Bearden and join Farragut in the championship game on Thursday. Should the Wildcats win, we will broadcast the game on FM 92.7 and stream the game live on YouTube, brought to you by Re-elect Dawn Layton, General Sessions Court Judge, Division 1. Tip-off for the region championship game will be at 7 o'clock on Thursday. Tonight's sponsor of our YouTube stream is the Re-elect Judge Roger Miller for General Sessions Court Division 2 campaign. We thank the Honorable Judge Miller for his support of the youth of Anderson County and of our broadcast. Our seasonal sponsors include the Fox Insurance Group, Mortgage Investors Group, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, and Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. We thank all our sponsors for their support this season. Coming up next is the semifinal round of the Region 2 basketball tournament. Oak Ridge is taking on Bearden for the opportunity to go to the sectional tournament and a championship game on Thursday. Mark will join us with the starting lineups, and then Dave will give us the play-by-play here on FM 92.7, YouTube, prepradio.com, and Channel 15. We'll be back to the Farragut in 3 minutes.
Welcome back once again to Farragut High School. We're still a few minutes away from the start of this game. We had to start early, honestly, because there was a delay. There was a delay in the ball games starting because of what we talked about, the melee down on the floor. So gives me a little opportunity to talk a little bit about what's going on with certain individuals on the Oak Ridge team in terms of their career stats. Coming into this ball game, Kel Slater comes in with 1,066 career points. That's good enough for 22nd on the all-time list. He has 56 career three-pointers. That's good enough for 33 on the all-time list. Lucas Hersey into tonight's ball game has scored 719 career points. That is number 52 on the all-time list. Lucas has also hit 101 career three-point shots. That's good enough for number 14 on the all-time list. Jamison Updegraff hasn't really played a whole lot in the last several years, but this year has had a phenomenal senior year. Comes in with 546 career points. That is good enough for number 85 on the all-time list. 75 career three-pointers. That's good enough for number 26. The other seniors tonight, Caden Updegraff, 272 career points, 24 career three-pointers, most of which have come this year. Darren Osborne, over 100 points in his career. Flip Thompson, 100 career points, 26 career three-pointers. We are live here at Farragut High School. The Wildcats getting set to take on the Bearden Bulldogs. I know this has been very confusing over the last couple of days here because yesterday the Lady Wildcats, they played Farragut at Bearden. Tonight we were at Farragut playing Bearden. So I know that's been confusing to a lot of people, but we're here. Looks like we have a lot of fans that have made it. I'm looking across the gym there. I see the Farragut student section stayed. I'll be curious to know, as much as they hate Farragut, whether they'll cheer for us or they hate us so much that they'll cheer against us.
Yeah, it should be interesting because I think probably Bearden's student section is going to be over there with them. So, you know, there may be another story right there, David, because as you know, Bearden and Farragut are not they're not close brothers or cousins by any stretch of the imagination.
Our sponsor tonight is Oak Ridge General Sessions Court Judge Roger Miller. Roger is a lifetime resident of Anderson County and has heard over 30,000 criminal and civil cases in the past 7 years. Judge Miller expanded courthouse hours to eliminate the backlog from COVID, and he is a strong supporter of keeping the General Sessions Court in Oak Ridge. Roger wants to say, go Wildcats. Still moments away from Oak Ridge taking on the Bearden Bulldogs. We are live on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. We're streaming the game live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're also on prepradio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. It's Oak Ridge and Bearden. Mark, let's take one more break here. The Wildcats warming up to our left, the Bulldogs warming up to our right. We'll be back to Farragut High School following this 3-minute timeout. I have another Welcome back once again to Farragut High School. We're just moments away, about 3 minutes away from the Wildcats taking on the Bearden Bulldogs in the elimination ball game here at the region tournament. You're wondering why we haven't kicked off already. I think for those of you just tuning into our broadcast, there was a slight little problem down on the floor between William Blount players and Farragut players. They got it settled out. Took the police officers to do that. Roger Mitchell is here today. We'd like to thank him for coming out to the ball game. Mark, let's turn our attention to basketball and then quit talking about what we saw here in front. Tempers flare in elimination ball games for sure. I can't imagine our guys kind of getting into that, but you never know. This Bearden team has eliminated Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge has eliminated Bearden twice in the last 5 years or so. Oak Ridge is going to have to play, I think, their best ball game tonight to win.
Yeah, it should be. You know, way the at the game called with a minute 35 remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, but I guess they figured if we put them back out on the floor, who knows what can happen. And I'm not sure, honestly, that the players that were involved are not going to be not allowed to play in the next ball game, because there was definitely punches thrown, there was definitely tackles, there was players coming out on the floor, and who knows, they might even talk about it and say Farragut can't continue on. I wouldn't think that would happen, but you know, I would think those individuals that were involved might be suspended, not able to play.
Sorry, now my mic's on. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. It's a very interesting point. I'm sure more will be developing and brought to light tomorrow, I'm sure.
We're just moments away from the starting lineups here. My name is David Clary, along with Mark Hayes. Jacob Irvin's here, Drew Thomas, along with Zach Dorman, Brian Bennett back in the studios. We'll take a quick break here. We'll come back for the starting lineups. Oak Ridge and Bearden elimination ball game from Farragut. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Not now. Is it working now?
But they don't say, let's get ready to rock.
The starting lineups are being introduced down on the floor. One thing you can say about Farragut High School compared to some of the other gyms we've been to, this place is loud. I mean, it has a low ceiling, and the crowd noise just kind of stays in here.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing to absorb the sound in this gymnasium, Dave. It's all center block and wood, so it just bounces around.
I guess Mark and I will be standing the entire broadcast here. Mark, why don't you run down the starting lineups?
Thank you very much, David. Starting first for Bearden, they're going to come out with number 0, Elijah Redwood, followed by number 4, Darian Bailey, number 5, Hayden Mosley, number 10, Jake Poole, and number 35, Walker Kyle. Starting for the Wildcats, they're going to come out with their regular starting 5. That's number 1, Darren Osborne, number 2, Lucas Searcy, number 4, Caden Updegraff, number 10, Jamison Updegraff, and number 11, Kel Slater.
One thing that we noticed last night, it was the crowd, I think, kind of seemed to affect the Lady Wildcats a little bit, hopefully. And the Wildcats have played in big games, especially against Clinton and some other ball games. Hopefully the crowd will not be a factor in this one. As we're about to get it going here, the Bearden Bulldogs, it could very easily be our away jerseys they're wearing. They're in all gray and maroon. The Wildcats are in their home whites and cardinal. It'll be Darren Osborne to jump for the Wildcats. To jump for them is Darian Bailey, senior against senior. And we're about to get underway here from Farragut High School. Ball controlled by Farragut, and by Bearden. We're underway here. So confusing. Here come the Bulldogs with it across the line. With it will come Elijah Redwood. He was the most valuable player at the tournament a year ago. As they work the ball inside, almost throw the ball away. Wildcats watching them move the ball. One thing I can see already, they reverse the ball really well. They're going to drive in for a layup, blocked by Caden, but they're going to call a foul against Caden Updegraff. And going to the free throw line will go the Bearden Bulldogs. At the line will go number 5 for them, Hayden Mosley, senior player. The Wildcats with Caden and Jamison Updegraff, Lucas Searcy, Kel Slater, Darren Osborne. It is really, really hot here in Farragut. First free throw up, good. Bearden takes the lead, 1-0. Back to the free throw line they go. This is an elimination ball game. The winner advances, the loser is done. Back to the free throw line once again will go Mosley. Second toss, good. Here come the Wildcats, moving right to left, wearing their all-white jerseys. The senior point guard, Kel Slater, calls the play as he brings the ball across the line. Kel works the ball to his left, comes back to his right, goes inside and throws it away. Tried to get the ball inside to Darren Osborne. Bearden steals it, and they get a layup. Good. They score, and it's 4-0. Wildcats can't force the ball inside. I know they want to get inside. They can't force it.
Now, they don't have the size against this team, David. Bearden's not that tall, but they're definitely taller than the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
There, 2 turnovers. Kel threw another pass intercepted. He gets a layup opportunity, no good. Rebounded by Lucas Searcy. Kel's turned the ball over twice in the first minute. The Wildcats cannot turn the ball over against this team. With the basketball will come Jamison Updegraff, or Caden Updegraff. Behind the back dribble, dribbles around a screen, pulls up, takes a 10-footer, in and out, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Very similar start to what the Lady Wildcats had last night.
Yeah, it is, David. They struggled early on. They kind of let the crowd get to them. I'm not sure the boys will let the crowd get to them like the girls did, though.
Here comes Bailey with the basketball, top of the circle, works it over to Poole. They drive in the paint. Delia walk there, not quite. He holds it and swings the ball back out to the top of the circle. Bearden on top, 4-0, just underway. 6:25 to play in the first period. Here comes Redwood driving in, spinning jumper is up, no good. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Lucas Searcy has it. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. The Wildcats just got to settle down and play their game. Here comes Lucas out. It goes to Kel. Kel dribbles to his right. Coach Green calls the play. Kel attacks around a screen to the left. Looks to his right. Gives it out to Lucas. NBA range 3 is up. No good. Quick shot there, but in Lucas's range. And down the floor will come Bearden. Moving left to right with it. Driving with it will come number 0, Elijah Redwood. He was the most valuable player at the region tournament last year at our place. That shot is good. 6-0 our score. They're getting the ball inside with ease. The Wildcats coming down the floor. Kel Slater with it. Bringing the ball across the line. 5:38 to play. Here comes Kel dribbling. Driving. Inside it goes to Caden. His shot is blocked. He's fouled. Hard foul by the Bulldogs will send Oak Ridge to the free throw line. Oak Ridge down 6-0. 5 minutes, 33 seconds to play. We've had ball games where we've fallen behind before, and eventually they settle down. One thing that Oak Ridge has got to do, they can't turn the ball over or they'll give up layups on the other end. And they've got to shoot the ball like we know they can.
Now, one thing I can promise you, David, this game is going to be called tight. They're not going to let this game get out of control like the previous one.
Most definitely, as Caden knocks down the first toss, Oak Ridge in the lead, or trailing 6-1. Zach Norman doing our camera work for us. Drew Thomas down on the floor. Second toss by Caden is good. Wildcats are on the board with a couple free throws. 6-2 Bearden. Wildcats pressing. Here comes Elijah Redwood down the floor. Senior. This is a senior-dominated team, much like Oak Ridge. Redwood works the ball down low. They pick the ball out. Three-pointer. It's open. It's wide open. It's good. Three-point shot by Hayden Mosley, and the Wildcats trail it by a score of 9-2. With the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Caden Updegraff for the basketball. Back it goes to Kel Slater. Wildcats, top of the circle. Dribbling in, penetrating, shooting. Good. Kel with a nice jumper, and the Wildcats have 4. 9-4. Here comes Bearden moving left to right. 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Flip Thompson about to come into the ballgame. Here comes Brentwood driving in, kicking out once again for a wide open three. It's good again. Extend the defense out. Cover the three-point shooters. Wildcats are down 12-4. Oak Ridge has had trouble covering three-point shooters this year.
Yeah, they like that that right corner down there, David. They're going to have to be able to get out there a lot quicker.
12-4 our score. The Wildcats down. Kel Slater with the basketball. Dribbles in. He shoots a three. No good. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Lucas Jamison for three. No good. Rebound tip taken away by Bearden. Wildcats down, and Darren Osborne comes up a little bit lame. Wildcats down 8 points, 4:16 to play here in the first quarter. Driving with the basketball, Ken Bailey works it in for an easy shot. Not as easy as I thought. He lost it. Taken away by Kel. Kel coming down the floor. Kel Slater, coast to coast, stripped to the ball. Saved by Jamison, up good. Jamison up the graph. Off the glass, his first 2 points. And the Wildcats are down 6. 12-6 our score, 3:56 to play. Boy, it is loud here. And the Farragut fans are cheering for Oak Ridge.
Yeah, as we suspected, Dave, not a lot of love lost there. Watching Darren Osborne, his left arm's kind of limp.
Here's another three. It's up, no good. Rebound. Oak Ridge is Caden Updegraff to Lucas Searcy. The Wildcats coming down the floor. Lucas dribbles to his right, looks for help, needs help, throws the ball up to Caden. Caden triple team. There's Lucas. He shoots a three. They need it. Good. 3-point shot. Lucas Searcy. And the Wildcats trail by 3. 12-9 to score. They needed a big shot, and they got it from Lucas Searcy.
Great job. And boy, he was a long way out, too, David. Just a clutch shot. Almost a turnover for the Wildcats.
Bearden with the basketball, setting up their offense, driving along the baseline. Here's a shot. Foul call against Lucas. He allowed, I guess, Jake Poole, the junior, to get around him, and he had to recover and foul him. Bearden will go to the line. 3:05 to play first quarter. Bulldogs on top by a score of 12-9. Foul called, I believe, against Lucas. And Coach Green wanted a timeout. We'll take it with him. Wildcats trail 12-9. We'll be back following this 30-second timeout. Welcome back once again to Farragut High School. Bearden on top of Oak Ridge, 12-9. 3:05 to play first quarter. Elimination ball game. To the free throw line will go the Bulldogs. That'll be Jake Poole. That was the second team foul called against the Wildcats. They're 2 of 2 from the line. Poole looks at the first toss. Is up there. Good. Oak Ridge cheerleaders making some noise. Back to a 4-point lead, and he's got 4 points. Back to the free throw line will go the Bulldogs. Looking at the second toss, 13-9 to score. Second toss, good. Oak Ridge basketball, no pressure. Here comes Kel Slater down the floor. Kel will bring the ball across the line, give it outside to Caden, to Jamison. Jamison works the ball top of the circle, swings it over to Flip, who's in the ball game. Flip Thompson out to Lucas, three-pointer, top of the key, no good. Rebound, track down, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Oak Ridge. Kel tried to save it before it went out of bounds, but it'll be the Bulldogs with the basketball. They lead Oak Ridge on the scoreboard 14-9.
Press.
Down the floor will come number 0, Elijah Brentwood. He is a senior. 2:44 to play first period. With the basketball, Brentwood. As I mentioned, he was the MVP of the tournament a year ago when they beat Oak Ridge in the championship game. This is a semifinal round game as they work along the baseline. They kick it inside. Easy play. Shot good. And Coach Green calls another timeout. Let's take it with them. Wildcats are down again by 7, 16-9 the score. Our sponsor tonight is Oak Ridge General Sessions Court Judge Roger Miller. Roger is a lifetime resident of Anderson County and has heard over 30,000 criminal and civil cases in the past 7 years. Judge Miller expanded court hours to eliminate backlog from COVID and has been a strong supporter of keeping the General Sessions Court in Oak Ridge. Rogers says, go Wildcats. Oak Ridge basketball down 7, 16-9. The Wildcats have got to shore up their defense, Mark.
Yeah, they do. I think Coach Green probably in that timeout just told them, look, guys, you're going to have to want it. You can't have breakdowns on defense like you just did.
Kell with the basketball, double team. Looks to his right, looks back to his left. There's Flip. Wildcats down 16-9. Coach Green says move the ball. Flip has to back up with it. They're pressuring him up high. 5-second count was on. He fires a pass out to Kell, who barely saves it, but goes out of bounds. Wildcats getting pressured at the point of attack. Kell drives in, slings the ball left. Lucas three-pointer, no good. It actually dropped in good, but it hit the wire that holds up the goal. And it'll be Bearden basketball. Key right now is to get stops on defense, as they've scored 16 on the Wildcats here in the first period. Minute 52 to play first period. With the basketball will come the Bulldogs. With it across the way, once again, Elijah Bredwood. Bounce pass left side. They work cross court. Once again, they thought about shooting a three. The Wildcats come up quickly to recover, and they'll set it up once again. A minute 37 to play. Here they go on the left side. Driving along the baseline. He might have walked. Here's nearly a strip. They get a shot up. Good. Wildcats have given up way too easy shots, and Oak Ridge is down by 9. 18-9 the score, a minute 23 to play. Oak Ridge, typically a better defensive team, but the Wildcats struggling right now.
Yeah, they've got way too many breakdowns on defense, David. I'm sure that's what Coach Green talked to him about, but they got to shore that up.
Here comes Lucas wanting to drive in. Nearly stripped to the ball. Kell's going to drive in. Thought about shooting. Swings the ball inside. Caden with a shot block. Kell's got it right back. Cannot shoot. Gives it out. Jamison for three. No good. He's fouled in the act of shooting a three. Jamison up the graph will shoot 3 free throws. The Wildcats down 9 points. 58.2 seconds. Jamison will shoot 3 free throws. Wildcats, 58.2 seconds, trailing in this one by 9, Mark.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to get it within 6 here, David. As you said, 58.2 seconds on the clock as Updegraff goes to the line.
First toss good. He has 2 more to go. Wildcats down by 8. 18-10 the score. Live here at Farragut High School on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio and FM 92.7. Second toss, good. He'll have another one. He was fouled in the act of shooting 3. Number 35, Walker Kyle. He was ready to inbound it because most free throw opportunities are 2-shot fouls. It's a 7-point game once again, and back to the free throw line we go Jamison. MVP of the District 3 tournament, missed that shot. Tracked down by Walker Kyle. Here they come down the floor. 55 seconds to play here in the first period. Bearden on top, 18-11. I'm just wondering how many times I've called him Farragut already in this game. Elijah Bredwood backing up, trap, slings the ball out to his right to number 4. He drives in against Lucas. Shot is up, and it's no good. Rebound, Lucas Searcy. Lucas needs help, and he is fouled. Foul called against number 4, Darian Bailey. They trapped him along the sideline, the baseline there, and just a little bit too aggressive.
Great rebound that time by Lucas Searcy, David. He did a great job getting in there, getting in great position, blocking out, and then he got the rebound. There's a tight defense by the Bearden Bulldogs.
33 seconds to play here. Kell slowly walking the ball across the line. Oak Ridge down 18-11. Oak Ridge basketball. Caden Updegraff with the basketball. Looks to fire it over to Flip in the right corner. Flip holds the ball, swings it out to Caden. Caden thought about dribbling in. He will. He lost the ball. Saved by Jamison, though, and he's fouled again. Foul call against number 4, Darian Bailey. That is his second foul in 5 seconds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side court. That'll be team foul number 3. Oak Ridge down 18-11. 15 seconds to play. It'll be Oak Ridge's basketball to start the second quarter. Wildcats need to score here. Ball's worked into Kell, and Kell calls the play. Looking back at Coach Green with 11 seconds to go. Wildcats spread the floor out. Let's see if Kell takes him man-to-man. Going to drive in, penetrate, wanted to shoot, does, no good, and a foul's called. Might go against Caden. Personal foul called against Caden Updegraff, and I think that's his second if it's against him. 1.6 seconds to play here. The Wildcats down 18-11. First quarter action here at Farragut High School. Been a long time since I've had to stand to do a basketball game. I've stood a lot in football. As they launch one, it's on its way. No good. as the first quarter comes to a close. So we played one quarter of basketball here at Farragut. Not a great start for the Wildcats, but lots of time to go. 18-11 our score. We'll be back to Farragut in 60 seconds. I don't know.
You have to hold.
We do. Welcome back once again to Farragut High School. The second quarter about to get underway. The Wildcats are down by 7, 18-11. The winner advances. The loser season is done. The Wildcats, Kel Slater, Lucas Searcy, Flip Thompson, Darren Osborne in the ball game. Works the ball left side to Kel. Wildcats giving it out to Jamison. Three-pointer, the way they need it. No good. Rebound. Darren Osborne battles for it. It's going to be what? A foul against Darren Osborne, I believe. Wildcats got to get Jamison to get those shots to drop. Normally, and he's been so good here in the postseason, but right now, Wildcats struggling. Lucas hit one earlier. Wildcats, really honestly, the key is not necessarily the offense, but the Wildcats definitely need to start getting better defensive stops.
Yeah, they need better rebounding too, Dave, because, another thing I noticed is Kel kind of goes in amongst the trees and kind of gets trapped.
Where the basketball will come, the Bulldogs. Number 2 with it. Good defense there. They work the ball into the big guy, Walker Kyle. He drives in, shoots, scores. Off the glass goes Walker Kyle. And the Wildcats are down 8 once again. 19-11 the score. And unfortunately, our Farragut friends have left the student section as Kel drives in, kicks it out to Flip. Three-pointer, good. 3-point shot for Flip Thompson, his 27th career 3. And the Wildcats trail by 6. 20-14 the score. First 3 points of the night. Here comes Bredwood down the floor, dribbling in. Number 4, that is. He spins, he shoots, no good. Rebound, there's another foul, and it's still number 4. That'll be Bailey's second personal foul. I thought it was his third, honestly.
Well, I don't know why, but they called the last foul over there on number 5. I didn't even see 5 around the ball.
Okay, well, we'll take it. 20-14, or they'll take it because that would have been his third foul. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor, down by 6. 6:44 to play, second period. Lucas Searcy with the basketball. Holds it, 5-second count is on. He holds it, gives it off to Kel. Kel Slater dribbles in. Thought about shooting a 3, will not. Goes to the free throw line, back to Flip it goes to Lucas. Lucas looks inside to Darren Osborne. He's going to take his man to the hole. It's an offensive player control foul against Lucas. Not so sure about that. That's his second foul. Caden's on the bench with 2 fouls. 6:26 to play. It is a player control foul against Oak Ridge. 20-14, a 6-point lead for the Bearden Bulldogs. The winner to take on Farragut, who knocked off William Blunt in a non-completed ball game that we saw right before this, as the Bulldogs bring the ball down the floor. 20-14 the score. With the basketball for them will come Elijah Bredwood. Guarded by Jamison, dribbles in, penetrates, kicks the ball back out. They drive cross court. They thought about shooting a 3. Number 10, Poole, with his back to the goal, picks up his pivot foot, throws the ball off the body of Lucas Searcy out of bounds. I think the Oak Ridge fans thought he picked up his pivot foot. It was close. As Caden Updegraff comes back in the ball game for the Wildcats, Darren's going to check out. Darren Osborne, 20-14 the score. The Wildcats have, I don't think they've led in the ball game as Bearden tries to work the ball in. They're going to lock the top of the key, midcourt circle, near the painted anchor down on the floor here at Farragut. 5-second count is on. And for some reason, he broke off the count. They work the ball left side to Walker Kyle. Wildcats down 6, 20-14. Oak Ridge On defense, they work in. Free throw line jumper is up. No good. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Lucas Searcy to Kell. Kell Slater coming down the floor. Dribbles in. Penetrates. Kicks the ball back out. Flip thought about a shot. Drives inside. Nice pass. Lucas for the layup. Good. Lucas Searcy off the glass, and he's got 5. Wildcats are down by 4. 20-16 the score. Down the floor will come Elijah Breadwood. 5:27 to play first half. 20-16 is our score. Their basketball. Moving left to right. Wearing maroon and gray. They work the ball to the top of the circle. That'll be Shoemaker at the free throw line to Walker Kyle. Goes inside. Good defense by Lucas. Wanted to shoot over him. Now throws one up there. No good. Lucas Searcy on the rebound. Lucas did everything there. Great defense and a rebound. Lucas. Caden Updegraff. One dribble, one shot. No good. Bearden on the rebound. Wildcats had an opportunity for an easy one right there. Here they come down the floor. There's a walk, no call. There's a shot, no good. Rebound to Bearden. They set it up once again. Number 1 with the basketball, Nelson Karnowski. He dribbles left, nearly stripped of the ball, holds it, needs help. No place to go. That's 5 seconds. As they work the ball in. They drive in. There's a kick and a steal. The Wildcats have it. I think alternate possession arrow on the whistle will give the ball to Bearden. Wow. That was a kind of a one guy blew his whistle, and the other one didn't, and he looked at it and they jump ball. And that was the proper call because they were fighting for it down on the floor. Bearden basketball, they lead Oak Ridge by 4. 20-16 the score, 4:36 to play here in the second period. Bulldog basketball, they work the ball in. Walker Kyle with it. Out to number 2, that is Shoemaker. He works the ball out for 3. Good. 3-point shot knocked down by a Bulldog, and he tells Oak Ridge's bench all about it. 23-16 the score. Here's Kell dribbling in. He free throw line jumper is up. Good. Kell knocks down a shot, and the Wildcats trail by 5, that is. 23-18 the score. 4:12 to play. Kell playing with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, and we need him, David. I mean, he's, as we said all season, he's really the catalyst that gets the Wildcats going.
Here comes Walker Kyle. He lost the ball. Intercepted by Lucas to Kell. Kell dribbling. Lost the ball himself to Jamison to Kell. Wildcat basketball. Flip Thompson. 3-pointer. Good! Kell drops it in. And the Wildcats trail by 2. 23-21 the score. Here come the Bulldogs down the floor. Moving left to right. Elijah Breadwood. He shoots a 3. Good! He looks at the Farragut fans. Back the other way we go. Oak Ridge down by 5 again. Here comes Oak Ridge. Kell dribbling, driving. Offensive player control foul against Kell. And Kell goes down hard. Let's see if he's okay. See, they go out to attend to him. Wildcats are about to substitute. Offensive player control foul. That is the second one called against Oak Ridge. Hayden Mosley comes back in the ball game. The Wildcats substituting. Looks like Lucas needs a little bit of a break. 26-21 Bearden. 3:26 to play here in the first half. Down the floor with the basketball once again will come the Bearden Bulldogs. They got a new point guard, and he brings the ball across the line. Met there by Caden Updegraff. Dribbles to his right, gives it off to his left. Over it goes to number 5. That's Mosley once again. They swing it out to Breadwood. Breadwood looks down low. Can't get the ball inside. He dribbles in. The ball stripped away. Taken on the floor momentarily by the Wildcats, but saved by Breadwood. Breadwood spinning shot. He kind of goes in. Blocked by Caden Updegraff. Pick on the Wildcats down the floor. 5-point game. 26-21 the score. Kell hesitates. Backs up to the midcourt circle. Oak Ridge basketball. Kell dribbles right. They call another offensive player control foul as he ran over the top of the Bearden Bulldog. Kell getting a little foul trouble. And
that was honestly on Darren Osborne on the pick.
Okay, that's good. I was hoping it wasn't on Kell. 26-21, it remains a 5-point game. Bearden in the lead. The winner plays Farragut for the championship and gets a Monday sectional. Here come the Bulldogs. Moving left to right, Elijah Breadwood. As I mentioned, he was the most valuable player last year. Wildcats down 26-21. Bearden with the basketball. Behind the back dribble. Darren working hard against Breadwood. He drives right. He's trapped. In a lot of trouble. Fires a pass out to the top. 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. 26-21 the score. With the basketball, Wyatt Shoemaker. Guarded by Caden Updegraff. 5-second count was on. He blows past him. He dribbles in. Hesitates. Shoots. No good. Lucas has the rebound. Lucas to flip. To Kell. 3-pointer. No good. Way off the mark. had plenty of time to shoot it, just wouldn't go for him. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Bulldogs. Wildcats had a fast break opportunity, elected to go with the three, and the ball's kicked on the floor again. Wildcats trapping Bradwood. They work it into Walker Kyle. Top of the key, wide open for three. No good. Rebound to Oak Ridge. Minute 50 to play. 5-point Bearden lead here, 26-21.
Boy, Rogers is nervous over there, David. I can see him pacing back and forth up there.
Yeah, he is definitely nervous. All those lifesavers he's eating probably. As the Wildcats will substitute Flip Thompson out of the ball game. Wildcats have Caden Updegraff in, Kel Slater, Jamison Updegraff, Lucas Searcy, and Darren Osborne. Wildcats set it up. Here goes to Kel. Throws the ball away. Too hard with the pass. Too many turnovers here in the first half. That pass was just too hard. He didn't need to zip it in like that.
Yeah, and it wasn't, right in the midst either, David. It's kind of out away from it. So you gotta get better passes than that.
Remains a 5-point game. The Wildcats have had a couple opportunities here. They've got a 3-point opportunity there. It's no good. Rebound, Darren Osborne. So they've missed a couple shots here. Down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Caden Updegraff with it. Stops. Swings it out to his brother Jamison. Working down the floor for a shot. No good. Caden's got the rebound. He's fouled. But he missed the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. 26-21 the score. The way the Wildcats honestly have not played their best half of basketball, to be only 5 behind right now.
Yeah, number 5 just picked up this foul for Bearden, David. That's his third.
Okay, let's foul them all out here. As Jamison Updegraff will go to the free throw line. He's got 4 points in the game, 2 of 3 from the line, now 3 of 4 from the line. Wildcats down 4, 26-22. Minute 12 to play here in the first half. The Wildcats have Flip Thompson in the ball game, Caden Updegraff, Kel Slater, Jamison, and Lucas Searcy. Jamison back to the free throw line, 26-22, Bearden. Toss, good. Oak Ridge down by 3, 26-23. They've trailed by as many as 8 as Bearden works the ball in. Thought the Wildcats might try to trap. Here comes Walker Kyle down the floor. Harassed as he brings the ball across the line and sets it up. Wildcats could use a big stop right here on defense. They work the ball with number 1 out here. That is Nilson Karnowski. Got it out by Caden. Dribbles right in front of the Oak Ridge bench. Sutter steps, dribbles in, dribbles out, dribbles in. It's got to be 5 seconds. And Oak Ridge wanted it. They drive in for a shot. Good. Oak Ridge wanted a 5-second call. That guy wouldn't call it. Coach Green argues again, and the Wildcats are down by 5. 42 seconds to play. Oak Ridge basketball. With the basketball will come the Wildcats. Backing it up will come Kel Slater. Guy was dribbling forever, but they didn't call it.
Well, I mean, what I noticed was, David, the referee didn't even have a count on him.
Oak Ridge currently down by 5, 28-23, playing for the final shot here. Backing it up in the midcourt circle. 18 seconds to play. They're staying back. The Wildcats is dribbling at the midcourt circle with Kel Slater. Working the ball to his left. Dribbling to his left. Coming off to Jamison. Jamison slings it off to Kel. Kel shoots. Another illegal screen is going to be called. That's the 4th or 5th player control foul. And it's on Caden.
Yeah, they called the 3rd foul on Caden, David.
Here comes Bearden with 4, with 3. Got to slow him down. Don't let him shoot. Redwood at the buzzer. No good. As the second quarter comes to a close. Wildcats are down 5, 28-23. And we're definitely not getting the calls here tonight. It's been a little bit uneven, honestly. All these player control fouls against Oak Ridge. But with all that said, the Wildcats are only down 5 points. Mark?
They actually outscored them in the second quarter, David, 12-10. So good job by the Wildcats holding Bearden to only 10 points in the second quarter.
Our sponsor tonight is Oak Ridge General Sessions Court Judge Roger Miller. Roger is a lifetime resident of Anderson County and has heard over 30,000 criminal civil cases in the past 7 years. Judge Miller expanded court hours to eliminate the backlog because of COVID and is a strong supporter of keeping the General Sessions Court in Oak Ridge. Roger says, go Wildcats. We appreciate him and all of our sponsors for all of our streaming and all of our radio ball games we've had. We're streaming this game live on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. We're also on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. prepradio.com. We're also on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're at halftime. The Wildcats are down 5, 28-23. We'll be back following this 3-minute timeout.
Yeah, whatever.
No.
Who was that from? Marquez back here at Farragut High School, where at the half, Oak Ridge trails the Bearden Bulldogs by 5, 28-23. Looking at the first half statistics, Oak Ridge led in scoring. 2 individuals with 6 points. Flip Thompson, he's 2 of 2 from beyond the three-point line. Jemison Updegraff also with 6 points, most of them from the free throw line. He's 2 of 4 from the field. He's 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Lucas Searcy started the ball game, has 5 points for the Wildcats. He's 2 of 5 from the field. 4 points added by Kel Slater, the point guard. He's 2 of 5 from the field. And 2 points for Caden Updegraff. So Caden's 2 points come from the free throw line, where he's 2 of 2. As a team, the Wildcats are 7 of 19 from the field. They're 4 of 9 in twos. They're 3 of 10 in threes. And they're 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Now looking at the Bearden Bulldogs, they're led in scoring by number 0, Elijah Breadwood. He has 8 points. He's 3 of 9 from the field. 7 points for Hayden Mosley. He's 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 5 points added by Jake Poole. 1 of 2 from beyond the three-point line. 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 4 points for Darian Bailey. He's 2 of 4 from the field. And Nelson Karnowski has 2 points for the Bulldogs. He's 1 of 2 from the field. As a team, the Bulldogs are 10 of 25 from the field. They're 6 of 17 in twos. They're 4 of 8 in threes. And they're 4 of 9 from the free throw line. Wildcats trailed by 7 at the end of the first quarter, 18-11. but then cut into the lead, outscoring the Bulldogs 12-10 in the second quarter, but still trail by 5, where we're at half. Bearden on top, 28-23 over the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
Well, it looks like the Tennessee Vols win today. They won 75-68 over Georgia. We're about 4 minutes away from the start of the second half. The winner advances on to play Farragut in the championship ball game. Everybody, it looked like on the Farragut bench, came out on the floor. There was punches. I don't know what disciplinary action will take place, but who knows? Tomorrow, or I guess Thursday when they play the championship game, how many players actually will be able to play or whether they'll suspend anybody.
Yeah, that should be interesting, David. The skeptic in me tells me that, it's at Farragut, so the rules may be different. I don't know.
Wildcats are down 5, 28-23. We'll take a break here. We'll send it back to Brian once again. We'll be back for the second half in 3 minutes. We are back here at Farragut High School, just about to start the second half. A couple things come to mind. You mentioned rebounding. The Wildcats have got to do a little bit better job defending, and can't really rely on the outside shot. Although we're good at shooting the three, we've got to actually try to get the ball inside some too.
Yeah, we have good three-point shooters, David, but, we saw Bearden, they started the game hitting threes from the right corner. We kind of stopped that, but then what ended up doing is we gave them driving lanes into, just right down the middle. So, there's a lot to shore up here.
Zach Dorman doing camera work. Jacob Bearden, all-state linebacker, doing our scoreboard work. Drew Thomas is here with us as well. Brian Bennett back at the station, and we are underway here. The Wildcats have the ball first as we start play here in the third period. In basketball, Jamison up the graph to Kel Slater. Wildcat basketball, Kel's dribbling in, takes it all the way strong to the hole, throws the ball inside to Caden. Caden cannot shoot. backs it up, gets out of trouble, gives it out to Lucas. Lucas thought about driving. Will goes in for the shot. Another charge. Offensive player control foul against the Wildcats. That's his third, and that's at least 5 offensive fouls against Oak Ridge.
Yeah, we can tell what the referees are looking for tonight, David, and it's exactly what you said. They've caught a lot of charges.
28-23 remains a 5. The good thing is the Wildcats got the ball inside pretty well. Just couldn't get the shot to go. I thought actually, as the Wildcats almost get the ball away from Redwood, he swings the ball to the left side. He dribbles in, cut off there. Good defense again by Oak Ridge. They sling it out to the big guy, Walker Kyle. Walker dribbles out. Redwood's wide open for 3. Good. Good screen. They use Walker Kyle, and Redwood knocks it down. The Wildcats are down 8 once again. Wildcats had a good start to their possession as the Wildcats work it out to Jamison Updegraff. To Kell. Wildcats dribble in. Kell dribbles. Goes inside to Caden. He's fouled. Good. They're going to count it on the floor. Oak Ridge fans wanted the bucket, but it's a good call. I think he was fouled on the floor, and it'll be Oak Ridge basketball. I'm not sure who the foul was called on. Wildcats are down 8, 31-23. Oak Ridge will work the ball in. Caden Updegraff with it. The Wildcats have gotten the ball inside twice now, but they haven't got any points yet. Here's Lucas in the paint. Lucas dribbling, driving, spinning. Shot is short. Wildcats, point-blank shots, nothing going for him right now. Got to get stops on defense if your offense is struggling. Wildcats down 8, 6:41 to play third quarter. With the basketball will come Elijah Redwood. Redwood guarded out high by Jamison Updegraff. Works the ball to his right. Swings the ball to number 1. That'll be Karnowski. They shoot a 3. Good. 3-point shot. The Wildcats are in a hurt of trouble. Wildcats are down by 10. By 11, 34-23. Wildcats got to get stops on defense. The Wildcats give up too many easy threes. As Kell dribbles in, they need offense. He throws the ball away. Wildcats, Coach Green's going to call a timeout. Things are not looking good to start this second half here, Mark. Wildcats have gotten the ball inside. They've gotten no points out of it. They've missed really 2 close shots, and they've turned the ball over.
Yeah, when you have opportunities close like that, David, you just can't afford to have turnovers like that. Just mental mistakes by the Wildcats. So Coach Green wisely calls a timeout to talk them through the situation.
The Wildcats are so good at defense, and one of the things they have struggled with is giving up a lot of 3-point shots. And tonight, they've got a hot shooting team. It seems like everybody seems to get hot against us from 3-point range, but Coach Green is telling his guys, you gotta play good, solid defense. You gotta make good, crisp passes. You gotta make every opportunity you have and take advantage of it. We're on YouTube tonight. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. Our sponsor tonight on the YouTube stream is Oak Ridge General Sessions Court Judge Roger Miller. Roger is a lifetime resident of Anderson County and has heard over 30,000 criminal and civil cases in the past 7 years. Judge Miller expanded the court hours to eliminate the backlog for COVID. He says, go Wildcats. He wants to keep the court in Oak Ridge. We appreciate all of our sponsors to allow us to stream these ball games from the tournament. It'll be Bearden basketball moving right to left. Farragut is already in the championship ball game. Wildcats right now down 11, 34-23. Oak Ridge back on defense, playing with Lucas Searcy, Darren Osborne. Flip. I thought Flip was in the ball game. No, it's Cale Slater. They're going to drive in. There's nearly a steal. Saved away by number 10. He shoots. Good. We're in a little trouble here, Mark. As the Wildcats having trouble just scoring. It's a 13-point game. I don't remember the Wildcats being down 13 much all year. As Kell is having trouble, he turned the ball over again, but Darren steals it right back.
Nice.
Inside Lucas, goes in for the shot, missed it. He pump faked to draw the contact, and I've always said I don't like that. I'd rather just go ahead and get that too.
Yeah, that's wise. Then you give the other defender time to converge on you too.
Wildcats down 15. They score on the other end. Wildcat basketball. Kell dribbles. Left elbow shot. Good. Kell scores. That quiets the crowd a little bit. Wildcats have a deep hole to dig out. They're down 13. 38-25. Here come the Bulldogs down the floor. Like I said, I always hate it when they pump fake like that. Just go ahead and get the 2. As they work the ball left side, Redwood Got it out high by Jamison up the graph. Now picked up by Caden. Right elbow. Lost the ball. It's rolling up the floor. They're going to say it was touched. And I cannot believe that. Because Green, well, I'll have to watch the video, but I thought it should have been an over and back. Wildcats working hard. They get it into Walker. Kyle layup. Good. Right down on the defense. Wildcats can't trade baskets with them. They're down by 15. 40-25 the score. Wildcats got to win or their season's over. Wildcat basketball. Lucas Searcy got it out high. Dribbles out. Jamison. Jamison stops. Goes inside to Caden. Caden wants to shoot. Does. No good. Another point-blank shot missed. Here come the Bulldogs down the floor, expanding their lead. 17. Coach Green's called another timeout. Listen to the crowd. We're a better basketball team than this, Marquez.
Yeah, this is not the way you want to go down, David. You gotta dig down. You gotta reach for your heart and just kind of bring it up right now.
Coach Green is trying to write out what to do here, but you got a hot shooting team. They're beating us back in transition. The Wildcats have struggled to rebound, but with the point-blank missed shots, that remind me a little bit of last night's game. And this is a team that's usually very, very good, especially when they get the ball inside, but Bearden very active, very athletic.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right, David. Oak Ridge really needs to convert on those short shots. You know, we've seen Lucas, he pump fake. I mean, I understand the thought of trying to get a three-point play, but you're exactly right, David. Just go up and get the 2 points.
17-point lead. 4 minutes into the third quarter. So there's only 12 minutes left in somebody's season. And right now, we're in a herd of trouble. Down 17 points, 42-25, 3:59 to play. The Wildcats have the basketball. No need to panic, but they've got to score when they get opportunities, and they've got to get stops on defense. Lucas Searcy to Kell. Wildcats inside Lucas, layup. His shot is blocked. Bearden's a good basketball team, no doubt. They're a good basketball team. They beat us last year in the finals, but this is not the Oak Ridge team we've been watching play most of the year. As they drive in, the 19-point lead. Oh, they call an offensive foul on them. Redwood took a nasty tumble, so the Wildcats will get it. 3:38 to play in the third quarter. Oak Ridge down 42-25. How many points have we scored here in the third quarter?
2.
I thought so. Wildcats down 42-25. Kel Slater with the basketball. Gotta score. Gotta get stops. Flip. Lucas, three-pointer. No good. Gets his own rebound back up from 5. Short. Wildcats. Lucas, normally a good shooter, struggling right now. Here come the Bulldogs down the floor. But the basketball will come Nelson Karnowski. A little bit of panic, I think, right now on the part of the Wildcats. Although those are good looks by Lucas, he normally knocks those down. Wildcats down big, 17 points, 42-25. With the basketball will come Redwood. Redwood dribbles, cut off there by Flip. Works the ball. Here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Pick on the Wildcats down the floor. Got to convert. Kell. Little Jamison for 3. No good. Wow. Falls down, but it'll be Oak Ridge with it. Lucas then knocked out of bounds by Bearden. The Oak Ridge basketball. Bodies all over the floor. Shots just not falling that normally fall for us. Jamison usually knocks that down.
Yeah, I didn't see them during halftime, Dave, but did they put the saran wrap over the rim?
I don't know. This side seems to be that way as the Wildcats are down 42-25. Valuable time ticking down. Kell dribbles. Free throw line jumper blocked. Kell had his shot blocked, and that doesn't happen much. It's just not our night so far here, Mark, as the Wildcats trail 42-25. Bearden and Oak Ridge, this is the 6th consecutive year they've played in the region tournament. Last year, the Wildcats lost to them in the championship game, but moved on. This year, if you lose this game, season ends here at Farragut High School. Bearden basketball. 2:14 to play third quarter. Wildcats down 17. Need a miraculous comeback. Need some stops on defense. They go back door. Lucas has a steal. Get down the floor. Wildcats got to get down the floor. Here it goes. Flip in the right corner. Kell Slater. Here it goes to Caden. To Kell. Kell dribbles, drives, gets a screen, goes in for the shot. He's fouled. Kell Slater will go to the free throw line. 1:54 to play in the third period. 42-25. Kell will go to the free throw line. Caden Brightheart is about to come into the ball game as the Wildcats. I don't know who they're going to substitute out. That'll be a foul call against Bearden. It'll be Kell at the line with 6 points. Misfires on the free throw. Wildcats snake bit the last 2 nights, Marquez. Lady Wildcats struggled at the line and struggled.
Yeah, Wildcats, they did very well in the first half, David. They were 6 or 7 at half from the free throw line.
Kell back to the line. He's concentrating a little bit more. Looks at the shot. Missed them both. Walker Kyle on the rebound. Can't win ball games, can't win championships if you don't make plays down the stretch. And, you know, Kell's done such great work in the past. Here's a police officer telling the cheerleaders to back off the line. I mean, you would think they have a little bit better things to do than that. Our cheerleaders just told to back off where they're standing. With the basketball, nearly a steal by Brightheart. Wildcats with a little bit more quickness in there as Redwood drives right, kicks it out to Walker Kyle. Minute 22 to play in the third quarter, 42-25. Redwood swings the ball left side, three-pointer, and a 20-point lead. Mark, down by 20, 45-25.
It's a struggle, David. It really is. You know, the Wildcats, they're trying, but giving up a lot of blocked shots, too.
Lucas is fouled as he goes up for the shot. 20-point deficit to make up in 9 minutes. Wildcats down 45-25. You know, shooting is very contagious. You knock down a few shots, and then just everybody feels comfortable. Tonight, though, that's not been the case with us, as even Lucas misses a free throw. Pressing a little bit as the senior. Wildcats down 20. He's got 5 in the ball game. 1 minute to play third quarter. 45-25 the score. Lucas Searcy back up. Missed them both. Wildcats missed their last 4 free throws. I'm looking at Coach Green. I'm looking at his dad as they throw the ball away on a deflection, last touch by Brightheart. 51.7 seconds. We're spoiled, Mark. I mean, we've been to the state tournament. It's qualified the last 2 years. We've kind of advanced to the championship game several times, but tonight we have run into a buzzsaw.
Yeah, we're not used to such an early exit through our season, both the girls and the boys potentially.
March the 1st, usually we're playing in mid-March. Here comes Bearden down the floor. The Wildcats trying to get a trap. Ball knocked out. 41 seconds to play. It's a 20-point lead. I'm trying to think when Oak Ridge is down 20 this season. All I can think of is Norcross, Georgia, and Nashville. That's the only thing I can think of. We've managed to stay close with most of the teams we've played all season long, but tonight, I mean, you know, you knew you were either going to come out and be fired up, and it wasn't like they weren't into it. There's a lot of energy. That's got to be a charge. It is. But nice defensive play there by Oak Ridge, setting it up. 4th foul called on that young man. And number 4, I think it's his 5th, but they'll take him out of the game, and they'll substitute Mosley into the game. You got 6 seniors on this Oak Ridge basketball team that don't want their careers to end right here. But right now, there's only 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. Kell Guns, no good. 9 seconds to play. Third quarter, 20-point game. Redwood, a 3, no good, as the third quarter comes to a close. 3 quarters of basketball. Let's get 21, hold them to nothing. Wildcats down 45-25. We'll be back to Farragut High School in 60 seconds. Welcome back. Walker Kyle shot is short, gets his own rebound, no good. Rebound, foul called against Oak Ridge. 7:45 to play. The Wildcats are down 20. And I'd hate for this to be the way these seniors remember their career ending, but it has been really ugly. Not a shooting violation. That's fortunate.
Fourth foul called on Lucas Searcy, David.
Well, down 20. Bearden basketball, 45-25 to score. You have to get the ball in. They get it into Elijah Breadwood. While I have the opportunity, I'd like to thank all the sponsors who've made our broadcast possible all season long on the radio on FM 92.7. We started way back in November playing the McMinn County Cherokees at home, and we've cruised through over 30 ball games for the girls, over 30 ball games for the boys, and tournaments. We've been to Phoenix. We've been to Nashville. We've had district and regional tournaments, and we've had sponsors with us all the way through. We've had sponsors sponsor us on our YouTube streams. Costs $250 for every ball game that we have to stream in the postseason. And we've had a lot of people step up to help us with our broadcasts here this season. Right now, Wildcats is trying to get a steal, and they do. Nice play by Flip. Flip Thompson with the basketball. Wildcats need a big, miraculous comeback here. Flip Thompson with it to Lucas Searcy. Lucas dribbles in, pulls up, shoots. No good. Lucas just a little bit short on his shot. 6 minutes, 43 seconds to play. Tyler Williams, former Wildcat, came by, and he's out of the gym here. He said to me, I hope I missed the most miraculous comeback in the history of high school basketball. I hope you do too, Tyler. But right now, Wildcats just can't find anything to go for him. It's just been sad, to be honest with you. I'm going to feel really bad for these seniors. Another steal, though. Kell's got it. Wildcats down to Lucas. Lucas one dribble, goes in for the shot this time. Good. Wildcats, what were they outscored there in the third quarter, Mark?
Oak Ridge was outscored 17-2, David.
Wow. Wildcats have two here in the fourth. Here they come, driving with it. Lucas might have just fouled out of the game. Let's see if it's on Kell or Caden. It's going to be, they ruled him in the act of shooting. Foul is going to be called against number 5, Flip Thompson. They ruled him in the act of shooting. And that'll send number 5 to the free throw line. It looks like it's going to be Bearden and Farragut in the championship ball game, and this place will be rocking.
Yeah, it will be very loud. And, like you said, David, it'll be interesting to see how many Farragut players are eligible to play on Thursday.
What I was going to say a moment ago, these 6 seniors that we have watched play all season long, great basketball all season long, have been just phenomenal for the Oak Ridge program here. As one of the 2 free throws made, 19-point game. The Wildcats need points here. Kell dribbles in, throws the ball away. Try to get it into Darren. He just forced the pass inside, and back on defense goes Oak Ridge. I love these seniors. This is one of the most fun basketball teams we've watched all year long. Not the most talented for sure. Not the most talented. They're better than they're showing here tonight. But they've been so fun to watch.
They have, and they really, as we said, David, they really play as a unit. Not just one player makes a difference on this team.
Here's a 3. It's wide open. It's no good, but they get the rebound. Back on defense go the Wildcats. Caden up to grab, trying to guard. They get a shot up. That's a nice move. Shot good by the Bulldogs. Oak Ridge down by its biggest margin now, 21. 48-27 the score. Kell with the basketball. Caden Brightheart. Goes inside to Darren Osborne, back to Caden. Brightheart cannot shoot, nearly stripped of the ball. He does throw the ball away. It's intercepted by Karnowski. They drive in. Shot is good. Elijah Breadwood, Coach Green says he's the best guard in Knoxville area. He's one of the better guards we've seen all year.
Yeah, he's really smooth, David. That was a really nice left-handed shot as he just spun the ball off the backboard in and good.
Caden up to grab for the basketball. The Wildcats had the ball knocked out of bounds by Bearden. We're down to 4:36 to play. It has not been pretty for sure. If you're an Oak Ridge fan, stay with us here. I mean, these guys have played their hearts out their entire careers, this whole season. They've put up 24 wins on the year. They're just going to come up short here tonight. Wildcat basketball. Lucas Searcy dribbles in, layup, good. blocking foul. Might have got away with one. I think that official, he's called every offensive foul on the night, mostly against us. And that time, that guy had been there a while. He might have turned slightly at the end there, but Lucas has an opportunity for a three-point play.
Lucas will go to the line, David. He's got 9 points in the ball game as Oak Ridge starts substituting more. He's got Brendan Scott in the game now, but Lucas Hershey 9 points, 0 of 2 from the line.
Caden Brightheart and Kel Slater out of the ball game. Lucas to the line. Free throw, no good. Wildcats down 50-29. They run the floor and beat us for a dunk. Number 5, Hayden Mosley. Beat the Wildcats down the floor. Brennan Scott's in the game right now. 4:19 to play. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Oak Ridge. I'm telling you, nothing going the way of the Wildcats here as Kell's going to come back in the ball game. Let's see who's going to check out. It's going to be Darren Osborne, I think, checking out. All the credit in the world to the Bearden Bulldogs. I'm not saying they Wildcats got beat down the floor again. Wildcats got beat, and that just should not happen. And should not happen. The Wildcats are going to get Grayson Strader. And it's almost getting embarrassing now, down by 25.
Yeah, it is. As Coach Green is getting other players in, just an opportunity to win here, or to play, rather, as Kanan Updegraff, or Jameson Updegraff, rather, goes in. He's fouled. Basket counts.
We'll see who the Wildcats are about to get Grayson Strader in the ballgame. And I think he's going to come in for Brennan, and that is going to be the case. Brennan's going to check out. 54-31, 3:57 to play. I'm going to blame it on Jacob Bearden, although you saw us win the last time you helped us, but I'm not going to blame it on anybody. I'm just going to say Bearden just beat us bad tonight. I mean, that's just about everything they wanted to do. They've executed to perfection. You know, this game started out really strange anyway with the fight there beforehand between the Farragut players and the William Blunt players. Wildcats had to wait at the gate there, and we have not played on this floor. I don't even remember the last time we played on this floor. As they get a three off, no good. Rebound, a hard foul by Grayson Strader, and a technical foul is going to be whistled against number 35, Walker Kyle, because he did push-ups on the floor. He did push-ups on the floor, and they called a technical on him. I mean, I guess what they consider that to be taunting, I guess.
I would, the best I could come up with, David, would that be unsportsmanlike conduct? I don't know.
What's interesting, Walker Kyle's dad was Coach Green's best friend in high school. And I told Coach Green this, how in the world did you not get him to come to Oak Ridge? Why is he at Bearden High School? As Jameson shoots the technical, good. Oak Ridge down 54-32, 3:29 to play. I want to remind everybody, our sponsor tonight is Oak Ridge General Sessions Court Judge Roger Miller. Roger is a lifetime resident of Anderson County and has heard over 30,000 criminal and civil cases in the past 7 years. Judge Miller expanded court hours to eliminate the backlog from COVID and has been a strong supporter of keeping the General Sessions Court in Oak Ridge. Roger says, go Wildcats. Wildcats right now down 20 points. 3:29 to play. 54-34 the score. Obviously this is bad for them, but I just feel for those 6 seniors because they have put so much time and so much hard work. The improvement that Kel was a starter a year ago. He's been solid all the way through. The unknown was who was going to step up for Jeremy Miller, Jonathan Stewart, Jonathan Millway, those guys, Stafford Shanklin, who was going to step up, and I'll tell you who did. The twins did, Caden and Jameson Updegraff. We knew Lucas was solid. He has played off and on throughout since his sophomore year. All of these guys bought into what Coach Green wanted them to do. All of them have had great senior years, and that's why I love this team, because unselfish, as you said, but they work so hard to get where they are.
Yeah, they really do, David. And even Flip Thompson comes off the bench and will often come in for Darren Osborne and just plays hard. That's all you can ask for from your team.
Missed shot there by Kell. Mid-range jumper from the side. And here come the Bulldogs down the floor. Coach Green still coaching. Guys still playing hard. They know their fate. And I always hate it when the season comes to a close. Here's a steal by Kell. Kell to Lucas. Will he dunk it? No. I was hoping we're gonna go a whole year without seeing one Oak Ridge dunk. As they get Brentwood down the floor. Brentwood drives, shoots, no good. He is fouled by Oak Ridge. Wildcats down 54-36. Just the 36 right there tells you a little bit about this game. Wildcats average, close to 70 points a ball game. And they've only scored 36 in this one. And it has just not been pretty. Free throws, good.
Yeah, we were stuck on 27 there for a long time, David. And, we only had 23 at the half. So it's really been a struggle this second half for the Wildcats.
Grayson Strader comes out of the game, the Wildcats. Right now with senior Caden Updegraff on the bench. Wildcats have Flip in the game, Kell, Jamison, Darren, and Lucas. I think they want to. And the Wildcats are down 20 again, 56-36. Flip with the basketball. Wildcats come cross court to Jamison, and he is fouled. That's a hard foul. That Bulldog grabbing his back, and that's the fifth foul called on him. More importantly, let's see if he's okay. That was a hard foul. He went airborne, slammed into Oak Ridge's player, and number 4, Darian Bailey, will foul out. He gets a nice round of applause. He's okay. That is his fifth foul, and Jamison will go to the free throw line.
So going to the line for the Wildcats, David, will be, let's see, one of the Updegraffs. It'll be number 10, Jamison Updegraff. As he, in the game, David, he has 11 points. Very successful from the line. Let's see. He's 7 of 8 from the line, now 8 of 9.
56-37 is our score. The Wildcats down. Back to the free throw line we go Jamison Updegraff. Jamison came into this game with 546 career points, most of which were this year. Rebound to Bearden. 2:40 to play, 56-37. So the Bulldogs will get a Monday sectional. So will Farragut. They'll play in the region championship game Thursday night at 7 o'clock. They steps out of bounds. Good defense by Flip, forcing him out of bounds. In some ways, games like this are, we're going to lose. I mean, Oak Ridge is going to lose this ball game. But they're down by a lot, so that kind of takes the sting away from it. But it doesn't for these 6 seniors, knowing that their career. Oh wow,
nice
Jamison,
catch.
What a great play, but he couldn't save it. Then Bearden steps out of bounds. Coach Gaddis would have loved to have him as a wide receiver the way he pulled down that pass.
Yeah, or a cornerback, David. I mean, he went up. He went way up for that too.
Oak Ridge ball. Here goes to Kel Slater. The Wildcats are going to close it out with these seniors. 2:08 to play. Flip with it. 56-37. Wildcats. Here it goes out to the top. Dribbling with it, Lucas. Comes cross court, Jamison. Jamison for 3. No good. Good rebounding position for Darren momentarily. Bodies all over the floor here. And I'm not talking about the fight in the first game. And, what an interesting night here. I'm looking at a lot of Oak Ridge fans who have stayed to watch it because they've loved these kids. Missed shot by Kell, and down the floor will come Bearden. Minute 43 to play. Bearden and Farragut in the region championship ball game on Thursday. But they get to go to the substate. It's been a long, long time since Farragut has won a championship. I think you have to all the way go back to the mid-'80s since Farragut has won a championship. Back in the 70s, they won them all the time when Coach Lynn Sexton was the head coach here. He started coaching here in 1961. And I was asking Eric, I went blank on his name, Gerhardt, the voice of the Farragut Admirals, if he was still around. He said, yeah, he still comes to ball games. He started coaching in 61. A long time ago.
Yeah, it is a long time ago. I wasn't alive in '61, unlike you.
Here comes a shot off the glass. Good. Jake Poole scores, and the Wildcats trail 58-37, under a minute to play in what has been a fun season to watch. As they're going to get a reach-in foul. I think they're starting to feel sorry for us. Here comes a host of new players into the ball game for the Bearden Bulldogs. They'll move on to play, and the Wildcats will go to the line. The worst part about my job, and I've done this forever, the worst part about my job is this day and yesterday. When the season comes to a close, you know, for one, I'm a diehard. For myself, I hurt, but I hurt more for the kids because, I just get a chance to watch them and enjoy them. They've worked so hard to get to the point where they are, and it just means so much to them, and it means so much to the community. But this community should be proud of these guys. Take this game out of the equation and just chalk it up that Bearden had a better night. And Oak Ridge has had a really good season. Won a championship in the district in the regular season. Won a championship last week at the tournament. Missed free throw, rebounded by Darren Osborne. Darren back up from 3 feet, no good. Gets his own rebound, falls down, still dribbles, maintains the dribble, and he's tied up. 37 seconds to play. Wildcats down 20, 58-38. A disastrous third quarter, Mark, doomed the Wildcats.
Yeah, just netting 2 points while giving up 17, David. I'm sure Coach Green will realize that when he sees the book and not be surprised by it, but very brutal third quarter for the Wildcats.
Wildcats turn the inbounds over. Down the floor with the basketball will come Drew Parrott. We used to have a football player on our team named Drew Parrott. I wonder if he's related. He's got the basketball. I don't remember him being a redhead. Here's a steal by Darren for a moment, saved by Bearden. 19 seconds to play. The Wildcats season, it will be over in 10 seconds. They trail 58-38. Appreciate all of our sponsors all year, all of our viewers, all of our people who've watched us. Darren with 5. Jamison Updegraff, dribbling, driving, shooting, good. That's your final score. Congratulations to the Bearden Bulldogs. They move on as they defeat the Wildcats by a final score of 58-40. So Bearden will take on Farragut in the region championship ball game Thursday night, 7 o'clock here at Farragut High School. Mark, just wasn't our night here tonight.
No, it wasn't. It was a weird atmosphere when the game started, David, and the Wildcats just weren't able to get anything going, really. I mean, they struggled from the onset. They kept it close. They as I said, they came back in the second quarter, outscoring Bearden 12-10. But at that point, they trailed by 5, and then just a disastrous third quarter for the Wildcats.
58-40 is the final score. We appreciate our sponsor for tonight's YouTube broadcast, the Oak Ridge General Sessions Court Judge Roger Miller. Roger is a lifetime resident of Anderson County and has heard over 30,000 criminal and civil cases in the past 7 years. Judge Miller expanded the court hours to eliminate the backlog from COVID and has been a strong supporter of keeping the General Sessions Court in Oak Ridge. We thank him and all of our sponsors who have sponsored us all season long. Coach Green will be up to talk to me. We'll have the final stats. Oak Ridge defeated tonight 58-40 by the Bearden Bulldogs. We'll be back to Farragut in 3 minutes.
You believe we didn't hit a single three in the
Thanks for tuning us in all season long on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. We appreciate the radio station. We started way back in August with the football Wildcats and that game against South Doyle, and that was back in August. We've come all the way through March with Brian Bennett at the controls all season long, and we appreciate him and them allowing us to broadcast all these ball games over the last several months. This one is not the way we wanted it to end, but, it's sports. I mean, you can't win them all. Like I've said, we've been so spoiled over the years. Going to the state tournament a lot. I mean, we've been there a lot. This year it's just not going to happen for the boys and the girls, but great year to watch. Mark, you got the final stats.
Thank you very much, David. Leading scorer for the Wildcats tonight in double figures was Jamison Updegraff. He had 14 points. He was 3 of 8 from the field, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Also in double figures, Lucas Searcy. He had 11. He was 5 of 14 from the line, 0 of 3 from the charity stripe. 7 points added by Kel Slater. He was 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from the free throw line. 6 points for Flip Thompson off the bench, 2 of 2 from beyond the three-point line. And Caden Updegraff had 2 points for the Wildcats, David. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. As a team, the Wildcats were 13 of 39 from the field. They were 10 of 26 in twos. They were 3 of 13 in threes. And they were 11 of 19 from the free throw line. Now looking at Bearden, they had 3 individuals in double figures. Leading scorer for them was number 0, Elijah Breadwood. He had 18. Let's see, he was 6 of 13 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Jake Poole had 12. He was 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Also with 12 was Hayden Mosley. He was 4 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 6 points added by Nelson Karnowski. He was 3 of 4 from the field, and then 4 points by Darian Bailey. He was 2 of 4 from the field. Walker Kyle also scoring for the Bulldogs. He had 7. He was 3 of 6 from the field. So as a team, the Bearden Bulldogs were 22 of 42 from the field. They were 14 of 28 in twos, 8 of 14 in threes, and 7 of 8 from the free throw line. I didn't do my final tabulations. As I said, the Wildcats, they were trailed at the end of the first quarter, 18-11, outscored the Bulldogs 12-10 in the second quarter to take to reduce the lead to 5, but they trailed 28-23. Third quarter, as we said, was just disastrous for the Wildcats. Outscored 17-2, so Bearden took a 45-25 lead into the fourth quarter, and in the fourth quarter, they outscore the Wildcats, 13. Well, actually, Wildcats outscore them 15-13. That's just too little, too late, and the Wildcats fall to the Bearden Bulldogs by a final of 58-40. David?
Mark, I don't know if the guys would get upset if I use this word, but I'm going to use it. And I think, to be honest with you, I think this team overachieved this year. I think expectations were very low for this team, except for those gentlemen down on the who played basketball for Oak Ridge, and they just, exceeded a lot of people's in the community's expectations. We didn't know what to expect from them, and overachieving. Wouldn't that be the best way to describe this group?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, David, it sounds harsh, but I believe it's true. We were pleasantly surprised by how well the Wildcats played this year. The 6 seniors we talked about. What a great core group of seniors that Coach Green said, and I've heard him say to you before, David, he absolutely loves all 6 of these seniors. Probably one of his most favorite teams to coach here during his tenure as the basketball coach.
No, he has definitely said that. He is definitely one of his all-time favorite groups, just because they work so hard. They're coachable. They do exactly what they're asked of, and you can't ask any more than that from a coach. And we're waiting for Coach Green to join us up here. I will wait him out here. I'll just talk about just go back and just kind of review the season and just think about all the things we've gotten to see. I got to go to Phoenix with the Lady Wildcats. We watched them start 5-8 on the year, get all the way to the region semis, and with a very young team. They had a very, very exciting season to watch. They were fun to watch. The good news for them, although they lose 3 very valuable seniors, they have their core group coming back, and they should be right back up here again and maybe beyond next year.
Yeah, as we've said all season, David, the future is very bright for the Lady Wildcats. But, the boys, you've talked about how the freshman team, I think, went undefeated this year. So a lot of bright spots for the boys team in the future as well.
Right. The junior varsity played outstanding ball, and they're going to have to next year. We've got some guys that got some good minutes coming back. I'm really excited to see what Caden Breithart's going to be for the Wildcats. I mean, when he came in, he gave really valuable minutes to the Wildcats. I mean, he scored. He didn't play a lot, and a lot of it was in mop-up duty, but he looked good doing it.
Yeah, I think a critical player also for the Wildcats is going to be Comer. He's going to have to really hit the weight room and get stronger and be a force underneath the basket. I mean, he can get good position, but he also allows himself to get pushed out of good position, and he's got to stop that as we see Coach Green making his way up here. So we'll just talk for a little bit longer while we wait for him.
Brennan Scott's going to be coming back.
He's going to be a tremendous shooter.
Yeah.
I mean, just a tremendous shooter. His ball handling is really good. He and Breithart, great ball handlers. So, I think, don't give up on this team.
Here we go. Here comes my least favorite thing to do every single year.
I'm out of here.
And here comes Coach Green to talk to me here. Coach, I know you're disappointed. There's probably several. There's a lot of things. Your biggest disappointment is you're not going to be with this group again because, that's a basketball game. Yeah. But these guys are great people. You've said it to me all year long. You love being around these kids. And to me, that's probably right now, you're upset about the game. But the biggest loss is this is the last time these guys will be together again.
Yeah, it was really, really hard after locker room because I just really, kind of really in a state of shock how we played. We just, I don't know. I don't really have an answer for you there. It's just, I think Bearden had a lot to do with it. Just got our tails kicked. But they fought, but, I don't know. As far as it's a great group. I know we'll talk about the seniors and, it's always tough when the season ends. I don't know. I didn't expect that. I thought we obviously, if we played well, we could have won. We had to burn 3 timeouts, start the game, to get guys going. They shot driving around us and just, I don't know, it just wasn't engaged. It's just kind of odd in a region semifinal. But anyway, great group. And always at the end of the year, I tell the underclassmen, guys are coming back. These guys were sitting here last year, did not get many minutes. They went to work in the offseason and put themselves in position to have a good year, which we did. Some of the guys, all those 6 seniors really, what they were able to accomplish this year was, I think a lot of people didn't think they could probably do. And then, told the guys that are coming back, how much work are you going to put in? How much are you going to prove between now and the time we tip it back up in the spring? And, that's always the end of your last game speech, but that's just a tough one to swallow, David. We put in a lot of work. We got a lot of pride in what we do, and just didn't have a lot to go our way tonight. And I think obviously Bearden had a lot to do with that. Just the bottom line is you just got your tail kicked, and there ain't really much more you can say about it.
Disastrous third quarter for you, Coach.
2 points, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 17-2. Yeah. They outscored you, and that's. And it's like I was telling the radio guy from Farragut, I said, believe me, we are a better basketball team than what you saw here tonight.
Yeah.
We all season long, and you're right, Bearden had a lot to do with that, but missed a lot of point-blank bunnies and then some breakdowns on defense, which I know disappoints you.
Yeah, we were down 5 at half, and we played awful. Absolutely awful. And I thought, probably one of the worst halves we've played all year. Again, Bearden had a lot to do with that. But, as bad as you played, you're right there. You're down 5, 28-23. It starts with stops, and I really thought, I really expect us in the third quarter to come out and, really buckle down. I think they start off with a 3 by 0, and then we trap 0, and they didn't rotate to 35 over there, and shoots a wide-open 3, makes it. And then from that point offensively, just didn't seem. I don't know. We too much dribbling, not enough movement. We hadn't really done that a ton this year, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. But when you play, and I said all year, when you play a good defensive team, Bearden's a good defensive team. We're a good defensive team. Fulton's a good defensive team. When you play teams like that, and you don't move it and share it and revert. Not that we didn't share it, but if you don't have some ball movement and player movement, you're going to have a hard time getting a good shot, and that's really what offensively was a problem. We just had, everybody standing around watching somebody dribble, and really hadn't done that a lot this year. I don't really understand it, but again, it was when the dust settles, I'm obviously hurt, I'm upset, I'm embarrassed, I'm disappointed with all those emotions you have when you lose. But a really, really, really good group of kids, and had a great year.
It really did, and there's 6 of them. There's 6 of them that have just, and I was talking with Mark just a little while ago. I mean, we didn't know. We knew what Kel was at, a little bit about Lucas, but the rest of them we didn't know. But their work ethic obviously made them the team that they were, and you wouldn't have ever known that they had never played little or played very little basketball before this year, because they looked like they were ready, and they came out from day one for that McMinn County ball game and were strong all season long.
Yeah, no doubt. And we, regardless if you lose in the region semifinals or sectional or state tournament, and we've lost on all those levels since I've been at Oak Ridge. It's never easy. But I think when you lose, as a coach, you're so hurt that it's kind of hard to really look back at the positives right now, because you're just disappointed, and the kids are disappointed too in how we played. But again, it's a good year. Bearden's a good team. I wish we'd have played a little bit better. I don't think they're that. We scored 40 points. I don't think it's just nuts. But
before I forget it, Jason Talent is listening to us right now. He told me to tell you hello.
Hey, Jason, we didn't have a good night, man. We needed you here.
Yeah, so I didn't want to forget that, because
right.
I never would have.
He's on you, yeah.
Coach, just your final comments here.
Yeah, just I just want to talk real quick about the senior class. I mean, Darren Osborne, he's a great kid. He's a kid again who played behind Millway last year. Been a starter for us all year. The one thing about every one of these seniors, Darren, Lucas Searcy. I wouldn't have enough time to talk about all of them, but both the twins, Caden and Jamison, and Kel and Flip. Just again, one of the best senior groups I've ever coached, without question. Just from the type of people they are, the work they put in, and how they represented our program and our high school is second to none. So they will always be remembered by me with one of the best I've coached for sure. I appreciate all the time, and I'm not an easy guy to play for. They know I love them, and I'm just going to be sad to see those guys go. And now it's time for some other guys that's waited their turn, and now it's their turn to to get better. And now the wand is kind of passed on to them to see how they're going to be next year. We lose 6 seniors, so probably going to be a similar situation this year. Most people think we're not going to be very good. Maybe, I don't know, but we'll see.
A lot of people thought that this year, and then your JV was pretty good. I can tell you that.
Yeah. So I like our guys. The guys we got coming. We got a good freshman class. All those underclassmen that dressed out. They know what it takes to be successful, and right now it starts with them putting in work and making themselves bigger. And as far as the weight room, bigger, faster, stronger, and getting in the gym and improving their skills as far as passing it and shooting it and handling it. So, and I know they'll go to work.
Coach, we've worked 12 years together here. I appreciate working with you again on the TV show, the radio.
Yeah, and I tell you, I've said this a lot, but I think Oak Ridge really, I wouldn't say to take you for granted, but what you do for Oak Ridge High School and what you do for athletics at Oak Ridge, well before I arrived in 2010, I appreciate it, and once you know how much time, I know what you do is not easy, and we're the Oak Ridgers are really spoiled being able to watch the games and listen to the games. And so I want you to know how much you're appreciated, not only by me, but our staff and our team and our program. And I'm sure I speak for most of Oak Ridge.
Thank you,
Coach.
Thank you, I appreciate that. It's Aaron Green. Wildcats defeated tonight 58-40. Let me get Mark back in here to close it out here. Well, like I said, these are always the tough days. I mean, they're the last game of the year, and only one team in 4A basketball is going to be happy at the end of the day, and that's going to be the state champion, and everyone else is going to lose one.
Yeah, as we said last night, David. I mean, in basketball, only one team really ends their season with a win. So everybody else ends it with a loss. So, Oak Ridge they've been close to that in years past under Coach Green, but this is as we said earlier, just a little earlier exit than we're used to. But this team did overachieve. We got a lot further than we thought we would. So congratulations and kudos to this team and to Coach Green for bringing them this far.
You're going to have to help me here. I want to remember everybody who's helped our broadcast. Obviously, your wife, Shauna, has helped us. We appreciate her. Appreciate Alex Myers, James Branson, all of our camera guys, Neo Tate, Drew, Zach. Let's see, Christian Rosas Rodriguez obviously helped me. I know I'm going to forget somebody. Brian, obviously, at the station. We've had a lot of camera guys over the course. Lee Wexler, forgot about him. Have I forgotten anybody? I'm sure I have.
I'm sure you have too.
Yeah, that's the worst too, because they've all meant a lot to us. And Jacob Irvin helping us out here tonight. We actually had Baylor Wright and Connor Cummings help us out, and Mike Sheehan as well, always is around to help us here. You're covering from knee surgery. Let's close it out here. Appreciate
Nick
all
Dallas,
of our sponsors.
I believe, helped you.
Yes, he did. And Cody Jordan,
people.
actually, yes. We appreciate all of our sponsors who've been with us since football season for the most part, and our streaming sponsors, and everybody who's made it possible on FM 92.7. PrepRadio.com, David Kolodny at the high school on Channel 15. And I apologize if I've forgotten somebody. Mark, I appreciate you once again. We've only been doing this how many years now? 30?
30, 35.
Yeah. It's a long time ago. Appreciate you, Mark. And, of course, Zach Dorman's here, still with us here. He waited us out here. For all the people I mentioned before, final score of the game, 58-40. The Wildcats season comes to a close. Until next I guess we're going to maybe do some baseball, but until football season, this is David Clary saying so long, everybody.